right, we're back. And now we are watching the best player on the planet trying to defend his title in Halle, the title that he won last year. And he's taken on the qualifier Hanfmann in the first round. So we did watch him play doubles yesterday, Sinner, and he lost it with Sonigo yesterday. But let's see how he looks today. Taking on the local. But how are we, chat? What's going on? What is happening? Caboli's still on the court, by the way. He's leaving now. He stayed out there for a lot longer than anyone expected. Iranian Paolini won. Nice. By the way, we've still got Vondi and Keys are playing at the moment. And Shelton's about to start as well against Rindanish. We've also got Draper's up, setting a break against Brooksby. Chapeau's playing, so we'll keep an eye on all of that. Did you see Andy Roddick interview with Darren Cahill yesterday? No, I haven't seen any Andy Roddick stuff because I haven't watched Andy Roddick for too long. Like, I haven't even watched the Agassi interview. I have zero time to watch anything else other than streaming and then bashing my head against a wall. So, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance. But I'll add it to my list of things to do after Wimbledon. I haven't had a time to listen to Andy Roddick. And I haven't been on any long car drives that I can kind of chuck it on the background. But, I haven't even listened to the Agassi interview. Apparently that was awesome too. But I will eventually when I get a second. Hey, what's up, Carmen? How you doing? All right, Hanfmann walking out. High-fiving the mascot, who's a bear. All right, 1 second, chap. All right. Players on court. And we're ready to go. Very sad about Pirikar, but it was a close match. Yeah, GMP, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I haven't watched him lately, so. But I feel like GMP is eventually going to be scared. I mean, he's still young, right? He's like 20 years old, Pirikar. It's going to click. He's 21. He turns 22 in a couple of weeks, but his serve is too big not to be a problem in the future. He's going to eventually just win everything. Luckily for him, big guys play longer. Like if you look at Karlovic and Isner, those guys played into their late 30s. So at least we know that he's not going to, he's only 21. He might not do anything till 29, but he still have plenty of time, right? So I guess the thing is, like, time is on his side, but he'll figure it out. That serve is too scary not to be a problem for everybody in the future. All right. Here we go. Chat number 1 in the world. Also, we've got Alcaraz coming up in a bit as well. So we'll do a double header. We don't get to do double headers with these guys very often. So to get Alcaraz and Sinner at the same time is pretty epic. We've got both for Draper to finish, and then Carlos will begin. All right. Sinner's just warming up. Might be fast. Yeah, Draper's about to finish. I saw that as well. He is making short work of Brooksby. So cool to see them again so soon. Yeah, I know, right? Everyone's asking, does Sinner have any lingering issues after losing a very tough match? We'll find out today whether or not he has any issues. I don't think he will. But also, I am not Jannik Sinner. All right. Pretty stoked. I got tickets to DC Open. Nice. Nice. I don't know who's playing the DC Open this year, but usually it has a pretty good lineup. So that's exciting. That'd be heaps of fun. I think Sinner's first serve might be an issue. All right, we'll see. Sinner better not clown around, but it's been such a roller coaster since Rome and Roland Garros. Yeah. But the good thing is he only lost to Alcaraz. And luckily, Alcaraz is not here. So if Alcaraz is his only problem, then this should be fine. Everything should be fine. By the way, Draper served for the match against Brooksby. All right. Keeping an eye on Sassuolo. Challenger as Wawrinka is playing there. Okay, cool. All right, they're just about ready to go. Also, Shelton's playing Rindenish right now. Opelka's playing as well. We'll keep an eye on them. And we'll go from there. And Vondi versus Keys is also still going. Plenty of stuff happening. You can watch it on Tennis TV. Tennis TV or Tennis TV. All right. Sky Sports as well. There you go. All right, Sinner. Ready to defend this title. Let's see how he looks. Let's see what he looks like. Draper wins, by the way. He is going to take on somebody in the second round. I have no idea. But now we've got Alcaraz coming up. Yay. Also, Hanfmann, a big server. He could take a set off Sinner. He took a set off Sinner at Wimbledon last year. Did he? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Hanfmann. So Sinner to serve. Sinner to serve first. Sinner to serve. I'm going Sinner in straights. Let me know in the chat what you think. Also, Andreescu versus Anisimova is about to start. That's fun. Sinner wins the first point, 15-love. Serve to the forehand of Hanfmann. Sinner forehand to the forehand of Hanfmann. And Hanfmann hits it out, 30-love. 30-love. By the way, Monica, we can all see what you're saying because you can just translate it. So just like relax. 30-love. Was it a backhand off the tape from Hanfmann as a winner? 30-15. I mean, you're treating the mods like they don't know what you're saying. 30-15. As we just serve again from Sinner. As a return from Hanfmann goes out, 40-15. 40-15. By the way, you got timed out because you were talking shit about Fonseca, and we just mentioned in the last 20 minutes that we're not going to be... people that are going to come in here and just hate on players for no reason, we're not putting up with that. So if you want to continue doing that, you can go do that somewhere else. If you want to hang out here and just talk tennis and have and enjoy the sport, and not trash Fonseca every second of every chat you've said is like, Fonseca sucks. We get it. You don't like Fonseca. Move on. Sinner wins the first game, 1-love. Like you don't need to say Fonseca is the greatest player you've ever seen or the worst. We just don't want you to say he's the worst player. Just don't say anything. Because it's annoying. It's annoying. Who's in Sinner's box this week? I don't know. I'll wait and see. Darren Cahill might not be there because he does sometimes take weeks off. All right, Hanfmann to serve. In the backhand of Sinner. Return goes into the forehand of Hanfmann. Sinner with a forehand. Goes out. 15-love. Cahill is there. Vignosky is not. Okay, there you go. Maybe people find Fonseca fans annoying. All right, then don't hang out here. Because I'm a Fonseca fan. So you don't have to be here. If you don't like Fonseca fans, don't watch Fonseca matches. And you won't get angry. 15-0. Darren, you like the name Darren, do you? As Hanfmann says... Sorry, Hanfmann hits it in there. 15-30. Chance for Sinner to get the break straight away. As Hanfmann with a nice serve. 30-0. Sorry, he missed the serve. My bad. Why'd everyone clap? Anyways, 15-30. Hanfmann serves. Now he wins the point with a good serve. 30-0. 30 all. So we have a fault from Hanfmann. Second serve. Seven to the back and Sinner. Return goes back and Hanfmann. Sinner with a forehand. Into the forehand Hanfmann. Short ball to the back and Sinner puts it away. 30-40. Sinner's got a break point to start this match. 30-40. 30-40. And with a serve again from Hanfmann. It's too strong. We get the deuce. We get the deuce. What happened to the Alcaraz match? Fokina withdrew, so Walton is playing Alcaraz. I'm pretty sure they're playing today, though. I don't think they've changed the schedule. All right, nice serving Hanfmann. Advantage to Hanfmann. Advantage Hanfmann. To take his first game of the day. That's beautiful. Second serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Hanfmann. Sinner goes to the forehand Hanfmann. Hanfmann in the net. Back to deuce. All right, deuce. I think Yannick really figured something out in recent times, and he's going to go on a win streak against Alcaraz too. All right. I'll tell you what, the day Sinner beats Alcaraz is the day that the Sinner fans are going to be the loudest. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's for a 250 title. I know the Sinner fans are just waiting for that win against Alcaraz, and they're going to celebrate like he won 7 Grand Slams at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But one win against Alcaraz for the Sinner fans right now is like that's like, it could be at the round robin stage of the ATP finals. And I know you guys are waiting, you're hanging for it. Because every friggin' time that Alcaraz beats Sinner, you have to hear the same shit. And even more so now after that match point saving effort, right? Every single time, like it's been a long year. It's been a long 12 months. Hanfmann holds 1-1. So I know that it's the day that Sinner beats Alcaraz is the day that Sinner fans are going to throw a parade. And you should throw a parade. You should. Because it's been heartbreaking to play that dude. I'll celebrate with you. But I like Alcaraz. All right, 1-0. Sinner serves. And the return goes out by Hanfmann. 15-love. All right, let's start this Alcaraz stream as well. Speaking of the man, now that we've talked about him, we can. We're not going to talk about Alcaraz versus Sinner because Alcaraz we don't need to talk about. All right, 15-love Sinner. Walton, by the way, wasn't supposed to play this morning, and now he's walking out with a big smile. Hey, what's going on, Alcaraz fans? How you doing? We're watching Alcaraz, and we're watching Sinner. Bit of a doubleheader. We love this. 15-all, Sinner 1-all in the first set. We've got Alcaraz taking on Walton. Fokina apparently food poisoning. So that is why Fokina is not here. But, yeah. Here we are. Alcaraz versus Walton. That is the situation. Darren Cahill is in the house, by the way. Not at the Alcaraz match, in the Sinner match. All right. Sinner. Oh, pardon me. 30-15. As we serve again from Sinner. Is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As Hanfmann puts it in the net, 40-15. As Sinner hits it out, 40-30. By the way, Alcaraz still wearing that Roland Garros shirt that I'm waiting for to arrive at my house. I hope I got one. I ordered one. Chat, is the stripy shirt his most iconic look so far out of Grand Slams? Winning Grand Slams. Is the stripy shirt his most iconic slam winning shirt? It has to be, right? Because you don't remember the other ones. We don't remember the other ones, chat. So it has to be his most iconic shirt. Because the only one we can remember. All right. Sinner with the lead. And Alcaraz about to start against Walton, who is a late call-up for the sick Fakina, who got food poisoning. Two of them are Wimbledon white, so yeah. I think the US Open orange, that's iconic. The blue last year, French Open, a little bit like basic. And then the Wimbledon one was just like the same as the blue, but just a white one. But I think like the French Open and the US Open wins were definitely his most iconic looks. All right. I should get that shirt this week, chat. I don't know if it's going to be here. Hopefully it's going to be here this week so I can show you the shirt. But I did order one. They've been sold out everywhere in the world, apparently. But I'm supposed to it's supposed to arrive this week. Oh no! My order was cancelled. Today, literally today. Chat, I'm not getting that shirt. That is so frustrating. Why sell items of clothes if you don't have them in stock? That is not cool. They cancelled the order. That is so shit. I'm going to have to find it elsewhere. Chat, I might need your help. Fonseca is out? Yeah, but we're talking about Alcaraz's shirt right now. God damn it. I don't know where else I can get it from. Unless I want to spend $300 on eBay. And I don't want to spend $300 on eBay. Why are there not enough? I don't know, chap. I know what to do now. Did they say why they cancelled it? Nope. They just straight up went, sorry, hey, here's your money back, though. Thanks. I didn't want the refund. I want the fucking shirt. I didn't want the refund. I wanted the shirt. That's so shit. That's so shit. No reason for the refund. Just your order has been cancelled. I reckon they just ran out of stock and they just why man, that's so shitty. I'm gonna have to find it somewhere else. Anyways, 2-0. Sinner 15 love. Sinner serves a fault, second serve. Second serve to the back end of Hanfmann. Back end from Sinner to the front of Hanfmann. Hanfmann in the net. 30 love. Ah, 40 love. $40 love as Sinner hits it out and it's 40-15. There's only one explanation, chat. If you want this shirt, you have to pay $500. Nike Australia don't have any. Apparently this shirt is not in Australia. No one has this shirt in Australia. This shirt has not been sent to Australia. I wonder why they decided not to send any to Australia. I don't know why that would be, that they wouldn't send anything here to Australia. But yeah, no tennis place has them in Australia. I've checked everywhere. That was my first point of contact. And then I bought a shirt from like a French paddle place, and then they canceled the order. So like that's where we're at right now. And now it's spend $350 on eBay or don't have it. I was gonna have to wait and see. If you see any chat out there, if you see any out there in the wild, let me know. Anyways, Alcaraz serving. Sorry, Walton's serving. Alcaraz 15-0. I'm looking for the Alcaraz stripy shirt to add to my collection. I can buy one for $320 plus $46 postage. It'd be cheaper to buy the Federer 2009 shirt, which I already have. Oh, man. They must have just not printed this shirt. Or politics. Anyways, 30-15. As the return goes into the back end of Walton. Walton hits a winner, 40-15. All right. We're going to learn a lot about Walton today. We haven't watched him much. 40-15. Vondi beat Keys. That's crazy. Good for her, though. Anyways, Walton is a winner. It's 1-love Walton. Hey, what's going on, Joey Lee? How you doing? All right. Sold out in America? Yeah. They just don't have it. It's just nowhere. It's just nowhere in the world. But you really can't skip the shirt after the match. They are probably making them hard to find to jack up the price. It's just weird that they wouldn't have any in Australia. Because, like, we have Nike here. We have tennis stores. I bought last year's French Open shirt from Alcaraz from Australia, in Australia. So it's strange. But the only explanation is that it was too expensive to send here, maybe. Or to send them out here, you know? That's right. You know what I'm going to do, chat? I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait. Yeah, eBay is full of $400 shirts. I'm not spending $400 on a $100 shirt. I'm not that desperate yet. 15 love. I'll do that when I've got 15 of his shirts, except for that one, right? I'll buy it to complete the collection. I'm not going to spend that now a week later. Because all the people that bought 7 shirts are trying to sell them for $400 a piece because people like me are desperate to get them. Sinner hits a smash 30-15, but I'm not going to do it, chat. I'm not spending $400 on a shirt. But maybe in a year, they go down in price because people aren't going to spend $400 on a shirt, right? I'll spend $200, maybe, but not right now. By the way, he's still wearing the damn shirt now. Like, why is it still on spec? I want to wear the Queen's shirt. Why can't I wear this one? Why can't I wear him wearing the Queen's outfit? This is shit. I don't know why they didn't send it here. I don't think they. I'm going to call up the place and be like, Wilson, why the hell? Sorry, Nike. Why didn't you bloody send the shirts out here? What about all the Alcaraz fans in Australia? I guess we can all just go kick rocks or something. There are a few on eBay under 200. Not on my eBay. Not in Australia. Maybe on American eBay or something, but they ain't sending them here. I've got, maybe, like, by the way, $200 US dollars is 300 Australian. I'm talking 200 Australian dollars. I'm talking 200 Australian, you know. Anyways, 40-30. Yeah, I'm looking at 300, 269 for an extra small. Has anyone actually bought these shirts? No one's buying them, though. Because no one's stupid enough to buy a $400 shirt after a week later. Like, no one has sold a shirt on eBay for that much. Like, no one has bought the Alcaraz shirt on eBay yet. So that's a good sign. It means the price is too high. Nobody cares. All right, 30 love, Walton. But I'll just be on the lookout. Chad, if you ever see one in the wild or you see one online, send me links. Tell me so I can add to the collection. I'm looking for a large, but I'll take a medium. I don't want to get an extra small because then it'll just look weird compared to the other shit. I think all the other ones I've got are like large or medium. Oh, thanks, Deb. Appreciate that. I can't even find one to send to anybody. 40 love, Walton. Yeah, I don't want a knockoff. I want original. I don't want a knockoff, cheap knockoff. 40 love is Alcaraz wins the point, 40-15. Got it, you're right. Then What? Yeah, we'll just wait. Thanks, Isabel. Yeah. Because I think, the $200 ones you're looking at are probably the $350 ones I'm looking at. They're the same, 350 Australian dollars. All right, 30 loves Sinner as Sinner hits it out, 30-15, and Alcaraz forehand goes to the forehand of Walton. Walton hits it out, though, 40-30. Yeah, you can buy the two-tone red shirt, but you can't buy the two-tone black and white, which is the one that Alcaraz won in. Did you contact Nike Australia and ask nicely? Yeah. I don't know why they didn't send them out. It seems like, because couldn't even find them before the French Open. Usually, you could go, like they're selling the women's skirts and stuff, but they're not selling the men's outfits. You can't even buy the red one. Alcaraz in the net, 2-1. You can't even buy the red one. Like they just didn't. I don't think I could buy Sinner's outfit. Like I don't know why. Why they didn't send out the Nike Roland Garros Nike men's kit for either players. Because if Sinner won, I wouldn't have been able to buy his shirt either. So. All right. Maybe one day we'll get there. We'll get it. No, I don't want the Sinner outfit anyway. I want the Alcaraz outfit. But fair enough, Don. All right. 40-30. Sinner to stay in front in this first set. Sinner should focus on his tennis career rather than keep reading rumor of him dating. Yeah, because I'm sure he's sitting around reading rumors and not focusing on his tennis career. Yeah, I'm sure he's too busy reading rumors. What? Are you okay? Anyways, Deuce. He lost to Alcaraz because he read a newspaper. Like, what do you mean? Like, what the hell? Anyways, Deuce. Sinner serves. Bit of trouble here for Sinner. Sinner with the serve. There's a fault. And the second serve too good. Hanfmann in the net on the return. Advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner. And Sinner serves another fault. Second serve. There's a 4 now from Sinner. Open court winner. Beautiful shot. Then he stays in front. 4-3. 4-3. Totally agree with you about US Open mixed doubles. It's an abomination. Yeah. God, today's just been frustrating. Today's been a frustrating day. What a frustrating day. Anyways, 30-15. Alcaraz serving to level this first set. $30-15. He's going to serve again from Alcaraz. Down the tee to the forehand of Walton. Return goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Walton backhand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Walton backhand again. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Down the line to the forehand of Walton. As Alcaraz backhand again. Into the backhand of Walton. Alcaraz backhand into the forehand of Walton. Into the backhand of Alcaraz, slice. Walton gets the point, though, and it's 30-all. By the way, Chad, I was going to ask a stupid question, and then I just thought, I'm stupid. I was going to say, why is the Queen's Club court so worn out? But the ladies played on it last week, so that's why. Because I'm like, why is it? I'm like, Halle's like green as lush, green as Sinner's shirt. And then Queen's Club's like dry. That's because they had a whole week of women playing. I forgot that they played last week. But it looks crap. Like, the court looks worn as hell. Couldn't they just bring a new one in? 30-all. I was like, why does this court look so bad? Oh, it's because last week they used it last week. Because the Halle court, like, nobody's used it. It's like 3 people have stepped foot on it. It's lush. But Queen's Club looks like the 4th week of Wimbledon if we ever played 4 weeks. It's like Wimbledon 2 weeks after Wimbledon finishes. Anyway, it's 40-30. As Alcaraz with a volley. Walton with the forehand passes a lob. Alcaraz with the backhand volley is too good. And it's 2-0 in this first set. Yeah, I totally forgot that they had the Queen's Club last week. But it does look like the ladies last week, they definitely wore out the baseline for sure. All right. 2-0. Hanfmann's trying to level as he serves an ace. Nope, he serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Hanfmann. As the return goes into the forehand of Hanfmann. Drop shot is good. And Sinner in the net with a slice. 30-15. 30-15. Sinner hits the backhand to the backhand of Hanfmann. Hanfmann hits it out. 30-all. 30-all. As Hanfmann serves again. Sinner looking for that break. By the way, is the schedule out for tomorrow, chat? Does anyone know? Anybody know? As Hanfmann serves the forehand to Sinner, return goes back into Hanfmann, who hits a winner. Ah, 40-30. Forehand to the forehand rally of Sinner. The volley from Hanfmann's good. Sinner puts up a lob, and Hanfmann puts away the smash. 4-0. 4-4. Chapo wins. Nice. Shelton, by the way, is beating Rindenish, but on serve. Also Andrescu and Nisimova on serve. Chapo won in a third set tiebreak. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. 30-15 as Walton comes to the net and puts it away. And it's 40-15. Walton to stay in front. Cam, do you want Grass 1000? If yes, Halle or Queen's Club? I think I would like a Grass 1000. I think it'd have to be in Halle. It's got a roof. Like, I wouldn't trust Queen's Club with a 1000 with the weather. Like, the British weather, you couldn't rely on that. Like, if you were having a 1 week 1000 on a grass court, which is super sensitive to wet water, right? you can't play on grass if it's wet, right? It's maintenance and stuff. I would not trust the British weather for a 1,000 event unless they got a roof. Like, you could only go to Queen's Club. I mean, Halle could still rain, but at least they could cover the center court could play, right? So I'd say Halle. Even though Queen's Club might be more historic or more, fancy, whatever, I feel like Halle just has the facility. Like, you wouldn't want to do an upgrade of 1,000 without a roof these days. The amount of people that get pissy, for good reason, because we're spoiled, when a 1,000 that doesn't have a roof, it rains, like Rome. Rome's been around forever. But the second it rains, it's like, where's that bloody roof? You don't want to start a 1,000 without a roof these days. You have to start. If you're going to bring in a 1,000, you better have a roof. Because if you don't have a roof, shit, it's going to be rough if it rains. Or you got to be in Saudi Arabia where maybe they're not going to have as much rain, so they can rely on that. But I think Saudi's going to be inside, right? Maybe. So yeah, I'd have to say it's going to be Halle because the roof, you can't build a roof at Queen's Club, I don't think. At least not with the technology that's available or the funds. Sinner holds by the way, 5-4. But there won't be a 1,000 on grass unless there's an extra week of grass season, I don't think. Wimbledon would have to move a week away. Otherwise, they can't have a 1,000. I don't think they would have a 1,000 a week after a slam and a week before a slam. You have to have 4 weeks of grass court preparations to make it logistically possible. Because if you make a 1,000 on grass, how do you combine that at the same week? Unless you do Berlin and Halle as like the combined event. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how it works logistically. That's why it probably hasn't been done. All right, 30 love Alcaraz. I tell you what, Halle has got some crazy music as well. They got way better vibes with the music. All right, 30 love Alcaraz. Serves an ace, 40 love. Wouldn't this hurt Queen's Club? Okay, chat. This is how you do it. This is how you do it, chat. I've got the answer. Right? Halle gets upgraded to a 1,000. Queen's Club goes before Halle as a 4-week extended grass season. So this is what happens, right? You have the French Open final, and then Stuttgart or whatever straight after Wimbledon, after the French. That's fine. Then this week, week 2 of the grass court season, Queen's Club. 3rd week, Halle. 4th week, Eastbourne, and then Wimbledon. So you have 4 weeks of grass court preparations, with the 2 middle weeks being Queen's Club into Halle being a 1,000. That's what you do. That's what I'd do. But you'd have to move Wimbledon a week back, or take the French Open a week forward to get that extra week. And I don't think either of those things can happen. But also then you got to think, okay, well, if Halle's a 1,000 for the men, what about the women? What are they going to do? Well, do you risk having a 1,000 at Queen's Club? For the ladies, I don't know. Because there's no way that Queen's Club gets upgraded to 1,000 on the women's side and they play straight after the French. How do you do that? Like, there's no way you can make a mandatory 1,000 at Queen's Club for men and women, and the women play the week after the French mandatory. There's no chance. How do you do that? It's impossible. Also, I think the Berlin Open is probably the biggest tournament on the grass for the ladies, and it's been the biggest for a long time. So I feel like Halle and Berlin would be my choice for 1,000s, with Queen's Club being like the warm-ups for those 2 events. Because remember, 1,000 events have to be on their own. You can't have a 500 event at the same time. It has to be a 1,000 only, right? You can't have it with other events. It has to be on its own. So this week would only be Halle. It wouldn't be Queen's Club. right? Because you can't do that. 1000s are not consistent for men and women. That's true. But I don't think, I feel like if they're going to have a grass 1000, again, you either put Halle as a 1000 and then put Queen's Club for the ladies at like this week, or like, you know, like again, how do you do it? It's all comes down to logistics. It's not even about like whether it should happen. I think we all agree that 1000 on grass would make so much sense, but we just don't have enough weeks in the season. There's just not enough time unless you move tournaments around. All right. 5-all. Hanfmann holds. Yeah, Bridget, the US Open mixed doubles, just the mixed doubles event this year is just really depressing. 40-15. Walton to stay in front. Serve. Is a fault from Walton. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. The return goes in the forehand of Walton, who shanks it long, and it's 40-30. Wimbledon definitely won't cooperate with Halle as a 1000. Only do it for a British 1000. Well, yeah, look, if we want a 1000, I only think it should be in Halle because of the roof. I think it makes the most sense because then when it does rain, because it rains all the time, we have the roof. It's great to have. But you're right, like Wimbledon might move if it's a British 1000, maybe. Because the LTA might have a bit of a sway on that. I think the move that making Queen's Club a women's event this year is to get a 1000 license. I think that is, they're setting themselves up to try and become, because then what they could do, right? If let's go down that path, right? As Alcaraz hits the drop shot winner, deuce. Let's say that Wimbledon will only move back a week if Queen's Club becomes a 1000. If Halle becomes a 1000, it's no deal. Queen's Club becomes a 1000. The week after the French is like whatever, grass season, whatever. This week for the ladies would be 1000 for Queen's Club. Next week would be 1000 for men. And then a week before Wimbledon, you have whatever you have, and then Wimbledon. That could make sense. And then Halle would be, the men's Halle event would be during the women's 1000 at Queen's Club. That could work. I'm just worried about the weather. Last week it didn't rain that much though, so maybe they get lucky. And it looks pretty sunny right now. So I could do that. I could be on board with that. And then the second week with the 1000 for the men, you could make it Berlin for the ladies. So you could do that. Sorry. You could have a 1000 for the men, so the women at Queens, and then the 1000 for the men after that. It could work. If they move Wimbledon back a week. But you're right, Wimbledon won't play ball probably, unless it was beneficial to like the LTA or beneficial to them, which means it'd probably be Queen's Club. But I don't mind. Look, I would love a 1000. Again, I hope they figure it out. That'd be great. What do they do to the mixed doubles US Open? Yeah, we already talked about it for like an hour. It's the worst. Nobody likes it. Nobody thinks it's a good idea. It's one of the worst. It's one of the silliest ideas they've done. I don't think anybody in the chat actually thinks it's a good idea. Advantage Alcaraz, by the way, he's got a chance to break. By the way, though, if we do have a grass court 1000 at Queen's Club, and the men play on this grass, I mean, that's another thing we got to think about too, right? If we're doing a grass 1000 over 2 weeks at the same venue, then Queen's Club week 2 for the men's 1000 is going to be a lot different to week 1 of the women's, as we're finding out right now with the grass. The grass is looking beat. So Do the 1,000 event have to be on a nice grass court, or does it matter if it's on this grass? Like, this grass is worn to shit. It is worn out. This is beat up grass. You know, like... Yeah, I saw that they added the defending champions to the list, but I mean, that's still not enough for me to think it's a good idea. Yay, they included the defending champions. That's so nice. But what about everybody else who plays doubles every day of the week? Can we help you find the shirt if the links get deleted? How can we? In the Discord. Send me links in Discord. All right, advantage Walton to stay in front here. That was the chair. US Open mixed doubles is a shambles. Advantage Walton. There's a bit of 4 now from Alcaraz. That's a winner. Back to deuce. And chat, the likelihood of all those teams happening is not going to happen. I can tell you this right now, chat. Jannik Sinner will not play that event because he will win Cincinnati and want a week off. There's no shot those players are going to play that tournament. Because remember, Cincinnati, chat, hang on, chat. I didn't want to go down this road, but you've started me off and now I'm triggered. Chat. Cincinnati finishes on a Tuesday. It finishes on a Tuesday. The US Open starts on a Sunday. The following Sunday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You got 4 days to play a mixed doubles tournament. Who the hell is going to play a 4-day exhibition-ish tournament before a US Open? No one who does well on Cincinnati. If you do well in Cincinnati, you ain't doing shit. That's enough. Deuce. We're moving on. No more questions. No questions. So Sinner and Alcaraz won't play that event. There's no shot. Yeah, Cincinnati and Canada are crazy events this year. They're going to be... And then you're going to put in a mixed tournament? No way. I'm looking at my schedule and it says 4 days between tournaments. That's ridiculous. Anyways, 4 down the line is in the net from Walton. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. Yeah, Peaches, you kick the hornet's nest. I'm so mad. Anyways, advantage. By the way, 30-40. Sinner's got a set point. $30-40. Set point, Sinner. Take the first set. Hanfmann serves the forehand, Sinner return. Into the forehand, Hanfmann. Sinner backhand. Is out. Alcaraz, by the way, has got a break point. Walton with a backhand pass. Alcaraz with a volley. Goes long. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Don't be a party pooper, Cam. It will happen. Lexi, if you're a true tennis fan, you will not support this event. True tennis fans are not in favor of this event. And I get it. It's fun. It looks exciting. But it's not cool. We already talked about this so much. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Sick of this shit. I don't want to talk about the US Open. It's annoying me. Anyways, advantage Hanfmann. The US Open mixed doubles this year is so bad. It is so not cool. I am not a fan. Will I watch it? Probably. But I don't have to like it. Anyways, 400 rally. Hanfmann again to the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Hanfmann. Nope. Sinner hit it out. We're going to a tie break. Hanfmann. Or did Hanfmann hit it out? Sorry, Hanfmann hit it out. We're not going to tie break yet. Deuce. We get the deuce. As Alcaraz breaks. 4-3 in the first. 4-3. Alcaraz. As we're flying up from Sinner. He's trying to win this set. As it back end now to the back end of Sinner. Down the line to the forehand Hanfmann on the stretch. Sinner. Forehand again to the forehand Hanfmann. Great pickup. Sinner gets it with a forehand cross-court winner though. Oh, wait, no. Hanfmann won the point. Sorry, my computer glitched. I thought Sinner hit it. Sinner must have hit it wide. Advantage Hanfmann. All right. Nice hitting from Hanfmann. Oh, Sinner hit it just wide. All right. Advantage Hanfmann. Advantage Hanfmann. To take us to the tiebreak. So in the forehand Sinner, return the forehand Hanfmann, who hits it wide, and we're back to deuce. What if they all participated? Yeah, see, I don't like the mixed double event, not because it has amazing players and my favorites. I love the lineup. I don't like it because of who it's taking opportunities away from. That's why I don't like it. It's not because I don't like Alcaraz and Sinner and Raducanu playing doubles. I think that's really fun. I don't like that players that bust their ass on the doubles circuit aren't getting a chance to play. It's taking away their opportunity. And taking away their event. To what? What are they doing? What's it for? Why are they doing this? What's the point? What are they going to get out of this? By making an Alcaraz-Raducanu mixed doubles team. What does that do? How does that help anything besides promoting the US Open, which is great for the tournament, promoting the players that play, great. But what about the players that don't get to play? It doesn't really help mixed doubles. Because Alcaraz and Raducanu are not going to play mixed doubles at Wimbledon. They might, maybe now. I just don't think it's... just not a fan. I just don't see any benefit to the mixed doubles event. And it definitely doesn't benefit the players that are going to be playing Wimbledon mixed doubles. Because they're not allowed to play the US Open mixed doubles. Because they're not popular. You know, which sucks because they deserve a place at the table. I think they deserve a seat there. You know, they deserve to be given a chance to be. You know, it's just like the ladies. It feels a lot like the women at the French Open not getting the night session. It kind of has that kind of similarity to me, where it's like, well, you know, people were saying that the women not playing at night. They don't get to showcase their skills at night in front of the primetime audience. Well, yeah, we don't get to see the real doubles players play doubles because they've been replaced. So it has that kind of similarity, you know. But the difference was that I guess the ladies weren't getting, the ladies not playing the night session, you don't get extra pay at the night sessions, right? Whereas this actually affects players financially, you know. Not letting the doubles players play this event because they'd rather put Alcaraz Raducanu on instead of the actual, number 3, 4 doubles players, whatever. It doesn't affect, it affects them financially, which sucks even more because being a doubles player is not as lucrative by any stretch. Anyways, we've talked about this at length. Hopefully, doubles players get represented in some way. Maybe they'll change the format last minute. Advantage Sinner to get the set. As it a 4-0 from Hanfmann, that goes wide. Sinner takes the first, 7-5. All right, 7-5. All right. 7-5 Sinner. Just under an hour, by the way. That was a long first set. I initially thought it was a fan week exhibition. If that were the case, that would be an awesome idea. Oh, yeah, no, Matt, I agree. I love it as an exhibition for fans and what, but they've cancelled the mixed doubles event during the tournament, replaced it with this, but the players that would have played the mixed doubles don't get to participate in this. At least not yet. They said there's more teams to come. I really hope they put in another 10, 15 teams that are mixed doubles based on ranking or whatever. I hope that it's like a 50-50. That you put a bunch of, Alcaraz Sinner teams, right? And then you put a bunch of actual doubles players that need this as part of their yearly income, right? Because there's only a few mixed doubles events per year, right? And players rely on it. Players need that. They need that. It's an important part of their paycheck, right? So I really do hope that what they've put out is just a hype thing to go, oh, look at all these teams. But then they'll put in like the player, they'll give us, 15, 16 teams that are not just singles players. They'll give us, but again, as far as I know, there's only 16 teams and there's 14 of them don't have doubles specialists, or at least have a couple of women's doubles players, but not any men's. Like no men's doubles players are playing. None of them. Except for the part-time doubles players that sometimes jump in every now and again. There are no men's doubles specialists playing. So they get no chance to represent their discipline at all. And that's crazy. Anyways, Alcaraz is 2 points away from the first set, 30-all. It would actually be super fun to watch superstar mixed doubles teams playing real mixed doubles teams. I agree. That would be way better. But I guess they don't want the superstar teams to look bad. I don't know. They might not look great, but I don't think so. I think they could. I mean, to be honest, look, Raducanu, Alcaraz as a doubles combo, I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's going to be competitive. But if you put them up against like Tsitsipas Badosa, then maybe it's close. But again, I don't think that's fair for the actual doubles players who can show the doubles game and showcase it their best way. Actually play the game play doubles. But again, maybe things will change. Maybe things will change. All right, Deuce. Alcaraz looking for this first set. As Walton serves. As he serves a forward second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Walton. Walton in the net advantage. Alcaraz. Do they convert the doubles to change in the US Open is permanent or not? They're going to see how it goes this year and then they'll go from there. Advantage Alcaraz. First serve is a fault. Second serve. You should check out the Serve podcast. The organizers went over the thinking of the mixed tournament. Okay. Serve in the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes backhand of Walton. Alcaraz backhand. To the backhand of Walton. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Walton backhand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Down the line of the forehand of Walton. And as Alcaraz forehand inside out, Walton gets the point though. We're back to deuce. Are you talking about Andy Roddick podcast? They went on the Andy Roddick podcast to talk about it? That scares me. Because I really would hope that he would not like this. Because if he's promoting it as a good thing, that's scary. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, I would be interested to hear what he would say about why it's a good thing. All right. Serving to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Walton. Alcaraz with a volley is too good. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz to take the first set. As Walton serves the fault, second serve. Serve from the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Walton to the backhand of Alcaraz. Walton with the forehand into the forehand of Alcaraz to the backhand of Walton. As Alcaraz backhand slice in the net, back to deuce. Roddick probably doesn't like it, but he had to be diplomatic because it's a US Open official that he was interviewing. Yeah, fair enough. Well, this list has come out. I'm sure he's going to talk about it. So hopefully, it'll be interesting to hear what he says about it. Because I think he is such an important voice. There's been a volley from Walton. That was the pass, but Walton volleys it away. Advantage Walton. You know, and look, I'm not no pressure, right? But if he advocates for it and says it's a great idea and blah blah blah, I'd be interested to hear why he thinks that. Because I can't think of any good reason why it's a thing. Besides promoting mixed doubles, but it's not promoting anything. Because mixed doubles isn't getting represented at all. Like the only thing, it's because there's a man and a woman playing. It's got nothing to do with the mixed doubles players that actually play it, right? As we return down the line is out. And Walton holds 5-4. I don't know, chap. Roddick was basically taking the Opelka line of doubles as being unpopular. Well, I'll listen because I didn't hear. I haven't heard. I don't want to I want to hear what he said with my ears so that I can understand it. Yeah. All right. Sinner 1-love in the second. Medvedev and Rublev are playing doubles right now. That's interesting. That's very interesting. By the way, speaking of Opelka, he's up a set and a break. So that's cool. Better if your serve gets broken in tennis than if your heart gets broken in love. Yes. Yes. Somebody want to give that person a hug? 5-4. Alcaraz serving for the first set. As with a serve in the net from Alcaraz, second serve. And the backhand return. Goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand now from Walton to the backhand of Alcaraz. The backhand of Walton is Alcaraz forehand in the net. Ooh, love 15. Sinner and Hanfmann starting the second set. And Hanfmann holds 1-0. Love 15. Alcaraz to serve. So over the backhand of Walton. Walton to the net, 15 all. 15 all. Zalgo serves. An ace. 30-15. Where am I watching these games? I'm watching them on Tennis TV. 30-15. Serve again. There's one to the net on the return. 40-15. 40-15. Zalgris with the 2-set points. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. And Alcaraz holds and wins a set. 6-4 first set. Nissimova wins. Cool. Okay. All right. All right. First set. Only one break in that first set for Alcaraz. Chat is wild, bizarre, and toxic. Excuse me? Why would you say that? It is not toxic. It is actually... Chat is fine. You want to see toxic? You should have been here an hour ago. Tennis TV doesn't have WTA. No. Tennis TV only has ATP. But WTA TV has WTA. So you can get that for the WTA. All right. Alcaraz first set, 6-4. Compared to places like Twitter, its chat is civil. Yeah, Twitter is angry. What happened an hour ago? We watched Fonseca. 15 love. For some reason, Fonseca gets people angry. 15 love. As Walton hits it away. 30 love. Sinner, by the way, he's up a set in 2-1. And then Hanfmann with a lovely volley, 30 love. Ah, 30 love as Alcaraz in the net, 40 love. All right. As Walton holds. $40 love here. Hanfmann as he hits in the net. 40-15. $40-15. As he serves out wide, the forehand of Sinner. Sinner hits it out. 2-all. Hanfmann holds. All right. All right, 30 love. As Alcaraz tries to level this second set. $30 love. $40 love. $40 love. Alcaraz serves again. First double fault from Alcaraz. Okay. 40-15. $40-15. All right, 40-15. $40-30. Alcaraz making errors. All right, 1-all. All right. Just realizing there are more people watching this Sinner match. Do you see one or two combined? I see both chats. All right, 40-15. As Sinner looks to stay in front in the second. Hanfmann goes to forehand of Sinner. Sinner hit the line. Hanfmann in the net. 3-2 Sinner in the second. As Walton serves a fault. Ah, 15 love. Nice shot from Walton. 15 love. As return goes in the net from Alcaraz. 30 love. 40 love. Nice serving, Walton. By the way, Auger-Aliassime just started. Shelton's losing. Also, Vekic is down a set and a break, or a set and a game against Schneider. All right, 40-15. There's a bit of forehand from Walton to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Walton to the backhand of Alcaraz is Walton forehand. Into the slice of Alcaraz on the stretch. Walton forehand in the net, 40-30. As Walton serves a let. As backhand goes in the front of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz hits a winner, we get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Hard advantage, Walton. Nice serve. As Walton forehand to the slice of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 2-1 Walton. He stays in front. All right. Sinner, by the way, 15-30. A chance to take the break, 15-40. $15.40. 15-40 as the return goes into the backhand of Hanfmann, but it's out by Sinner, and it's 30-40. By the way, Sinner will play Bublik in the second round if he wins. And I think they're playing tomorrow. Again, the schedule's not out yet, which is strange. Unless the schedule is out and... Nope. No schedule. The schedule for today is not even out on the ATP website. It's been a glitch. But yeah, I think Sinner and Bublik are going to play tomorrow. Sinner breaks. 4-2 Sinner in the second. I think Sinner Bublik will play tomorrow. I'd be shocked if they... Bublik had a day off today already, so... And Alcaraz, he will take on... the winner of Munar Thompson, who I haven't played yet. So Alcaraz might not play tomorrow. He might get the day off tomorrow. Because his opponent hasn't been decided, and I don't know if they'll play first thing tomorrow. I think for the ladies, Sabalenka's on tomorrow, pretty sure. And maybe Gauff. which would be fun. Oh, yeah, the schedule out for the ladies. WTA on fire today. WTA doing its thing. So tomorrow, we've got Sabalenka tomorrow. Pegula's playing tomorrow. Paolini's playing tomorrow. In fact, center court is fire. Badosa Navarro, Jabeur Paolini, Pegula Samsonova, Sabalenka. Berlin's on fire tomorrow. But the men's schedule for tomorrow is not out yet. 30 Love, probably going to wait for these matches. When these matches are done, it'll come out. It'll come out after these matches. Trust me. I know. Once these matches are done, we'll know the schedule for tomorrow. Yeah, loaded lineup. And if Osaka had beaten Samsonova, it would have been Pegula versus Osaka. But Pegula Samsonova is still pretty crazy. All right, Sinner 30 Love. So 30-15. Coco's not playing tomorrow. No Coco tomorrow. She's not playing. She is not playing tomorrow. Ooh. All right, 40 Love. As Alcaraz hits a winner, and it's 2-all in the second. Alcaraz won the first 6-4. All right, 30-15, Sinner. He's got a set and a break. 7 to the forehand, and that goes nowhere from Hanfmann. 40-15. But yeah, I would guess that tomorrow we've got Sinner Bublik at some point. And then the winner of Alcaraz is probably going to play on Thursday. So we might skip Queen's Club tomorrow and watch Berlin and Halle. All right. Sinner 40-15. As with a backhand rally. Into the backhand of Hanfmann. Sinner backhand again in the backhand of Hanfmann. Who hits an inside-out backhand winner. Crazy shot. 40-30. Did you see that Sabalenka apologized? I did. I think that was a good move. I think so. I think she was misunderstood, but also I think enough people got annoyed and got frustrated by it that she made the right call. I think apologizing was a good idea, I think, because I think there was a lot of people were upset by it, even if it's not what she meant, you know. Nice volley from Walton, 30 Love. As Sinner with a forehand on the stretch into the forehand of Hanfmann, back it up from Sinner to the forehand Hanfmann, and Hanfmann in the net, 5-2 Sinner in the second. But yeah, I think Sabalenka made the right decision, you know, to apologize. You know, I don't think she meant what she said. And I think a lot of people, especially, and I think a lot of people from America took it way more offensive because it was to Gauff. Whereas if she said it to somebody that wasn't American, maybe that would, I don't know if it would have been as, I think obviously a lot of the tennis media is American as well, right? So they probably took a lot more frustrations out of it, of being like, what the hell is she saying this about Gauff? Why doesn't she think Gauff's good enough? You know, blah, blah, blah. And probably made it a bigger deal than it probably was meant as. But I'm not saying that people in the chat from America are saying that you guys overreacted to it. That's not what I'm saying at all. How you had valid reasons to be upset by it. But I think she made the right choice by apologizing. You know, I think it was good for Sabalenka to and she said she talked to Gauff, and I don't think Coco took it as a. I don't think she took offense to it. She didn't seem to be bothered by it. She won the trophy, right? Why would she be bothered? 3-2, by the way, Walton. But I think she made the right choice. I think apologizing. I think it annoyed a lot of people. So. It was on ESPN First Take. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it hit. But the massive news, sports news in America, I mean, if it was on those platforms, then you know it was, a lot of people would have seen it, and a lot of people would have been like, who the hell is this lady? Even if they don't watch tennis, who the hell is this lady talking shit about our champion, you know? So, but I think she made the right choice. I don't know if it makes any difference if people are going to forgive her, but I think she made the right choice saying sorry. And I don't think, and again, I don't know if Coco would have been that bothered. I don't think she didn't seem that bothered by it. She won the trophy, like I said, I don't think she cares. She's like, well, I won, so whoop-de-doo. But I think Sabalenka made the right choice. Sabalenka's not a bad person. We know that, chap. We watch Sabalenka all the time. We know she's not a bad person. But people that don't watch tennis, it probably made them think that she is bad, and that's why she would have apologized. She was not going to get a good reception at the US Open, but she still might not get a good reception, if people remember. But, yeah. But we know Sabalenka's not like that. She doesn't talk like that, and she's not mean. She doesn't mean to. I don't think she meant to say what she said. But I think she did the right thing by apologizing because it pissed off enough people that I think she needed to backtrack, on what she said because it did get a lot of people annoyed and angry at her, 30-15. That's what a now from Hanfmann's a winner, 40-15. It's also good PR from Sabalenka, not good business. Americans take it hard. First take, Stephen A. interviewed Coco and wanted Coco to start it up again, but Coco said it was all good. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's good from Coco. We love that for Coco, that she's like, not trying to, like people are trying to bring it out of her and she's like, no, we're not talking about it. Like that's, I like that for Coco. I mean, she doesn't want to she don't want to throw Sabalenka under the bus while she's celebrating her French Open. So how good's that from Coco? Can we respect Coco for that? Oh, that's crazy good. Coco could have easily just like played into it and played with it, being like, hey, yeah, she said I wasn't that good. Like she could have easily done that. But how good is it? How mature is that for Coco to not buy into that and not to because it would have been easy to do that. Easy to do that. Very classy from Coco. Oh, yeah. So classy. Especially when that's what I think a lot of those... I don't know because I didn't watch them, but I'm sure a lot of those that had her on were probably trying to get her to, talk shit, right? And she's not having it. I love that for her. That's so good. So classy. 15 love, Sinner 7 for the match. $15 love. Sinner serves again. And the backhand return goes in the net from Hanfmann. 30 love. $30 love. Gauff made some annoying woke comments in her press conference, though. What? 30 love. Sorry, 30-15. Sinner 2 points away from the win. Back. 30-15. Sinner serves. And it's too strong from Sinner. 40-15. 2 match points for Jannik Sinner. By the way, Alcaraz with a 20 goes in the net. Great rally from both. Walton gets to 15 love. 40-15. Sinner to take his spot against Bublik in the second round. That is a crazy match. And Sinner serves an ace. Sinner wins in straights, but that wasn't easy. You had to fight for that. Sinner wins, and he'll take on Bublik tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Not sure yet. Probably tomorrow, maybe. Bublik, Sinner. They played the French Open. But this is on quick courts. And Bublik with that serve on this fast court. Watch out. Also, I think Bublik's won this title, right? 2 former champions. That's a fun match. We know that's a good match. When the draw came out, we saw that. 15-0 here. I'm going to send you guys over. If you want to keep watching the this Alcaraz Walton match, come on over here. Hanfmann walks off the court. By the way, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Hanfmann is hard of hearing or legally deaf, I think, right? I'm pretty sure. Which is amazing to think that even though he has... And hearing is a big deal in tennis. Like hearing how the ball hits the racket with the different spin, it makes different noises. Like that's a big deal. So, again, a massive... We say it every time we watch him because it is such a great thing that, you know, to show that it doesn't, that he's able to play at the highest level against the best players in the world, despite that. Has half hearing. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So great for him to be able to do that, you know, to be able to play despite the hearing. 40-30. He is legally deaf. Yeah, that's great. That's not great. It's great that it doesn't affect his tennis and that he's able to play the highest level of tennis despite that. You know, it's great. It should be talked about more, you know. All right, 4-3 Walton. You want to come on over, keep watching this match, jump on over. And we were going to watch Alcaraz versus Walton the rest of this match. But Sinner wins. He'll play Bublik maybe tomorrow. We'll see you then if you're not coming back.